Still ahead, an exclusive interview with talk show host Oprah Winfrey when Good Morning Texas continues.
Last week?
A couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago. Deborah, we did our show, and then Deborah jumped on a plane and flew up to Chicago, and there were only five television stations in the country that were allowed to sit down with Oprah and talk to her and do this big in-depth interview. And Deborah was one of the lucky 5.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how it went.
Well, why don't you just watch how it went?
Good idea.
Okay.
Up next, love addiction.
It seems like there are a million talk shows nowadays, but
there's only one Oprah.
Every day, millions of people tune into Oprah, and hundreds more show up at Harpo Studios in Chicago to watch her in person.
Hi. Your reservations?
Good morning. Welcome to the Oprah Winfrey Show. We're going to start seeing the studio audience in just a few minutes.
What we do expect from you is participation.
Where am I in 60 seconds?
1 minute.
The adoration from her fans, the fame, and the fortune, they are all a far cry from Oprah's humble beginnings in Mississippi 41 years ago.
Tell me about your life growing up and who you were as a little girl, and did you envision yourself doing great things?
Well, let's see. Growing up, I didn't envision doing great things. I did envision greatness. I didn't know what it would do. I just knew. I remember once standing on the back porch looking through the screen door at my grandmother, who was boiling some clothes in that big black iron pot, and she had the stick, and she's boiling, you know, we used to boil clothes. And I remember seeing her and thinking, as I was looking at her, my life won't be like this. I don't know what I had to measure it against, because we didn't have a television or anything like that, but I knew I wasn't going to be boiling no clothes in no black pot with no stick. Now, you can call that vision or whatever. There's a sense of something that came over me that said your life will be so different than this. Or can you say that Janice could not find an English 101 class that
Like so many of us, in the beginning, Oprah looked to other people to guide her way. Sometimes they led her down the wrong path, until one day she figured out that she had the answers all along.
Oh, I'm just like Dorothy. What Glinda was saying in The Wizard of Oz, you already had it. Running up and down that yellow brick road, all out in the wood with the bears and the crazy monkeys. You already had it. You had it. And when I figured that out, I mean, I think it's when I really started to blossom. It's when my career really took off. And I wanted
Despite
to know
what many
was on the
believe to
other
be
side
3
of it,
strikes
'cause we
against
just
her,
seen the
Oprah hit a
building.
home run with
And
viewers.
I wanted to know, when I was first hired, I said to the guy who was hiring me, well, you know I'm black and that ain't gonna change. And then at the time I was black and overweight and, you know, female. Just, you know, you just discriminate against me all day long. Yes. Check, check, check. I refuse to let it be an issue for me. I've never believed that I was oppressed and never acted like I was, and just moved through my life as though I could do anything. I think everybody is who they are based upon the series of failures, triumphs, the good days, the bad days, learning from your worst experiences. Isn't it amazing how, Deborah, I say this to God now, listen, you can whisper to me, you don't have to hit me over the head with no brick. But in life, throughout life, most of us, if those of you are listening to this, you learn from the most difficult times in your life.
One of the most difficult times in Oprah's life was the public battle to lose 80 pounds. She didn't succeed the first time, but in the eyes of her viewers, Oprah became more than just another talk show host. She became a hero and a friend.
She's really sensitive, and people are drawn to her. She is a person that people can identify with. She's really human, and she shows that human side. She's not afraid to show her vulnerabilities.
I think she's great. I think she's a real neat person. She's got just a real sensitive kind of spirit, real caring and stuff.
So the same bomb that destroyed concrete, I thought I was through crying, but the same bomb that destroyed concrete also has ripped raw the hearts of the people, all of us who suddenly have to try to interpret this darkness, this evil, it's insane.
She's just one of the nicest TV personalities that I've seen. I think she deals with really important issues and not just garbage like you see on a lot of talk shows.
Are you hooked? Can you be helped?
I am so sick of the sleaze, aren't you, Deborah? I'm so sick of the sleaze. I mean, sometimes it leaves my mouth a-gaping on television.
Your show is going a different direction than a lot of the other shows. So are you worried at all about ratings, or is your whole point you're going to remain true to what you believe in? And that's what
Deborah, girl, now you know that's the truth. Now, I have to remain true to what I'm doing. I cannot go there. You will not see me doing it. I say to my staff all the time, I mean, it'd be really easy to produce that kind of thing, too. Just to put a bunch of people up yelling, screaming. I can't do it. I won't be doing it. And, you know, if the public tells me that, listen, they would rather see that than to see something that is uplifting, enlightening, entertaining, then I will stop doing the show.
I think her show is all about the positive.
Starting tomorrow, Oprah wants her viewers to start thinking positive about their health.
Anybody out there who wants to take off anywhere from 5 to 75 pounds, you will be too. This is a show for you. So what I want people to do is make the promise to yourself that beginning April 28th, when our first show for spring training airs, you're going to make the commitment to get started, to get moving with Oprah, with my trainer, my chef, moving yourself in the right direction. I mean, what happened to me in my own life is so extraordinary. The possibility for change is so strong within every person that I just want to be able to reach a small part of that.
With Oprah Winfrey, what you see is what you get. The same warmth that she exudes on the screen is still there even after the cameras are turned off. With her success and her intelligence, it's no wonder that in a recent survey, most of the people polled said they'd like to switch places with Oprah Winfrey. Hey, I wouldn't mind.
Why is that P in there, and where is the D in the E? It should be D-E-B-O, get rid of the P, R-A-H. Deborah, right? Not.
Let her say it, because I really believe this, and I get
doing what Oprah does is just a fantasy for most of us. We can only imagine what it's like to enjoy her level of fame or money. But Oprah says the thing she loves most about her job is something you just can't put a price on.
Every single day I say goodbye to 300 people in the audience, and there's always at least 2 or 3 people who say, you helped to change my life. I really have a very fulfilled life.
Well, you know, Oprah and I are real tight now.
That's a good interview.
Oh, yeah, we're good friends.
That was a good interview.
Thanks. She's a really neat woman.
Did she give you any advice?
Yeah, you know, the one thing she gave to me, a lot of us who are in the media, she said, you know, you got to do what's true in your heart, and you just, sometimes you can get down when someone calls and says they don't like your haircut or they don't like it, and she says it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you are a human being and that you're doing the best job that you can do, and that's all that anybody can really ask of anyone. So, yeah, but that's, she said when she figured that out is when she started to be okay with a lot of stuff. You know, she has to deal with all that tabloid stuff and everything.
You're doing that anyway.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, for the most part.
Yes, you are. We'll be back. Stay with us.